News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. News 46 is also brought to you by
Senior Dimensions is a Medicare Advantage plan with 25 years of experience in Nevada. Visit seniordimensions.com today and find out more.
Tonight on News 46, Symphony Animal Foundation's radio-thon hits their mark.
Southwest Medical holds a seminar on hypertension.
And the Chamber of Commerce welcomes a new member. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell and news across Nevada with Janet Eric. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 18th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news tonight, their goal was $20,000, a goal which gets them a lot closer to the facility's doors opening. That, of course, doesn't include operating cost once it's open. The final tally after last weekend's radiothon at KNYE, $20,660. Symphony Animal Foundation just took a giant step forward into its mission to save the animals.
Up to $17,000.
Great work, Pahrump.
Thank you, Pahrump. It's going very well. We are in our second day. We started yesterday at 7 a.m. and we are going to 6 o'clock tonight, and we'll be back at it 7 o'clock tomorrow morning as well.
Wow. We are at a big number right now, though.
We are at $17,000.
Wow. And we needed $20,000 to open up the shelter?
We need it for construction costs for power.
Mm-hmm.
So between the impact fees and what it's going to cost to actually get the power and to the property and the buildings, we're looking at $20,000.
So will that actually get it going, or we're going to need some more operating costs to get it started?
Well, you know, we've been doing our fundraisers, which will take care of some of the smaller costs, but $20,000 isn't going to get us open, but it's certainly going to get us a lot closer to opening.
When we initially opened, how many animals are we housing?
We are, you know what, it's hard to tell at this point because I don't have all the buildings in place at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure, and until I start fencing off for the bigger animals, I don't know, but we will be so proactive in animal placement and animal adoption that it's going to be continuous intake and outgoing of animals, so it's going to be a cycle.
You are already placing animals right now, though, aren't you?
We are. As a matter of fact, yesterday we placed 130.
Wow. How did you manage to do that?
Well, there was a property that was going out of business, a breeder, and they had 130 dogs, and so they reached out to us, and we reached out to other entities, and all those dogs do have a home. So 130 dogs were placed yesterday.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You are going to be right across the street from the animal shelter, right?
No, we were going to originally, but Ray Wolfenstein has donated 10 acres of land, and that is actually behind Best Western. There is a gravel pit, and we are right next to that gravel pit. Wow. So that's where we're going to be.
Wonderful, and that's real close to where you're located right now, so people can donate all the time. They can drop off a check at Wolfie's, can't they?
They can. I work at Best Western in Wolfie's, so they can always drop a check off there. The front desk is open 24 hours, so certainly timing is convenient for any shift that you may work. And you can still always send money to KNYE Radio at 1230 Dutch Ford Lane 89048. Karen is very good about taking donations for the foundation and getting that money to us.
And as far as working with the animal shelter, are you going to be getting animals from there that they were labeled to be euthanized, or what's going on with that?
That is my goal. It is my goal by opening Symphony Animal Foundation that we will transition our shelter, which is a kill shelter, to a no-kill shelter. So what I would like to do is take the animals that they have slated to be killed, take them over to our facility, and then place them in forever homes.
Well, I think that's great.
It is. It's fantastic. Excellent work to everybody who donated.
Absolutely. And we'll have more about Symphony Animal Foundation's radio-thon on tomorrow night's newscast.
And hypertension, or high blood pressure, damages your arteries over time, causing them to narrow and become dysfunctional. This can lead to heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Roughly 30% of adults have high blood pressure. Hypertension has been called a silent killer because it often has no symptoms. Dr. George Scleparis from Southwest Medical Associates held a seminar at the Pahrump Nugget to inform the public about this deadly but treatable disease.
It's not an uncommon disease state. 72 million people in the United States have high blood pressure, and we know that there are certain traits or habits that cause it, and we can probably all guess them. These are called your risk factors. Just by virtue of getting older, a male is greater than 45 or female is greater than 55. And unfortunately, though, now with the epidemic of childhood obesity and earlier diabetes, we're seeing people in their 20s with very difficult to control high blood pressure, but generally it's as we get older. Over half of all Americans age 60 have high blood pressure. But it doesn't have to be a routine part of getting older, and it certainly doesn't have to remain high, because there's a lot of things we can do to keep it at a normal level. Race and ethnicity also play a role. African Americans have higher rates of high blood pressure than Caucasians or Latins. And they tend to get high blood pressure earlier in life. A lot of reasons for that. It's often more severe. They're less likely to be aware that they have it. They have more difficulty achieving blood pressure control. We actually know now that there are some medications that don't work well in that population, so we have to tailor blood pressure therapy for everyone, but especially for different ethnicities. And they tend to have higher rates of premature death and complications from heart attack and stroke. If you're overweight or obese, you're at risk for high blood pressure. Overweight means that you have excess body mass, either from muscle, bone, or fat, where obesity just means you're overweight from excess fat. So there is a difference. I don't know if it's an important difference, but there's a difference. Gender, men, we're lucky. We're much more likely to have high blood pressure than women. Women are better at finding out that they have high blood pressure and getting treatment up to the age of 59. Turns out once women get to the age of 60, they're just as likely as men to be treated or be aware that they have high blood pressure. But if they've got to the age of 60 and they haven't been diagnosed yet, they're harder to treat because it's likely that they've had it for a longer period of time. And the longer you have it and it goes untreated, the more difficult it is to get it under control.
And future seminars will be hosted by Southwest Medical at the Pahrump Nugget. They are held from 10 to 11 a.m. on the following days. June 9th, regarding breast health, not just for women. June 20th, fall prevention. July 21st, arthritis. And July 28th, hypertension, the sequel. You can see more on Hypertension Part 1 on our YouTube page. And for more information, call Southwest Medical at 727-6400.
I didn't really realize how much damage high blood pressure, hypertension can do to you.
Absolutely, it can kill you. It really can. I mean,
and I know it can, but I didn't realize it actually wears down the arteries. So it was an interesting seminar.
I look forward to seeing more. Really.
Okay, well, coming up, the Chamber of Commerce welcomes a new business to town.
And a new club is formed to benefit the youth of Pahrump.
We'll have all this and more coming up right after the break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Southwest Medical Associates. Look for news about their latest healthcare center opening soon in your neighborhood. Southwest Medical Associates. Now that's powerful medicine. News 46 is also brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. The Pahrump Chamber of Commerce welcomed a new business this morning, Alterations More, with a ribbon cutting at the Chamber of Commerce.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the ribbon cutting. I'm here with Shirley Taylor from Alterations More. She's a brand new member to the Chamber, and we would like to welcome her. So at this time, Shirley, would you cut the ribbon?
Going great. It's nice here. I'm meeting new people, and I'm excited about this.
Tell me about Alterations More.
Alterations More is my business. I do clothing alterations, all kinds, put zippers in and tailoring them to people's needs. Also do custom work for outdoor cushions and things like that. So I do a little bit of everything.
How long have you been in business?
About 5 years here. I do a lot of formal wear and leather work too.
So you just decided to join the Chamber, and that's why we're having a ribbon cutting today. Yeah. Tell me about why you decided to join the Chamber.
Well, Patty Butler, who I've done work for quite a bit, she was talking to me, and it sounds like a great way of networking and stuff, and I just wanted to get involved in the community more.
How can people find out more about your business or get you to work on some of their items?
They can give me a call. The number is 513-8657.
The Pahrump Valley Youth Activities Club is a new organization formed by people who recognize the need to provide summertime activities, both recreational and educational, for the youth of our valley. Tom Metzger explains.
This is a summer program, Pahrump Valley Youth Activities, a brand new program. We're just getting underway with our nonprofit. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking the place of the Boys and Girls Club, which unfortunately shut down last summer. So we're going to offer education and recreational services to kids aged 6 to 12 over at Floyd Elementary School this summer. Going to kick off on June 20th for the 10-week program. And there's going to be an open enrollment period on Friday, June 3rd up at the Pahrump Nugget from 3 till 8 p.m. So what parents will be able to do is they're able to enroll their children in that age group for the program. And we're going to offer basically three different program times. There's going to be they can enroll for a 3-week period, a 6-week period, or the full 10-week period. And there is a small fee for each one of those. For 3 weeks, it's $25. For 6 weeks, it's $40, and for the full 10-week program, it's $80. So that will help us, generate a little bit of revenue to help offset some of the costs that we're putting out in the program.
We're having a fundraiser to help support this.
Yeah, there's a big fundraiser on Sunday, June 5th. Pahrump Nugget has graciously indicated that they want to really jump out front and do a poker fundraiser for us. They're going to do a big event that day. We're looking for 80 players during the day, and we're actively in the community now seeking players. So anybody who wants to play poker, enjoys playing poker, please sign up for the PVYA fundraiser. It'll kick off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on June 5th. And doors will open at noon. I also believe for anybody who's not real comfortable with poker, they're going to do a 1-hour clinic as well so that you can get more comfortable.
People can donate to this right now?
They can, absolutely. Donations are gladly acceptable. What we're doing right now, our 501c3 is still in the application process, and that takes quite a while through the federal government. There's an application. So we're actually working under the umbrella of KNYE Communities Coalition, and they're a very well established and an outstanding nonprofit organization here in Pahrump. And they're really the reason why we're able to operate this summer, because without the coalition we wouldn't be able to put on these services as a nonprofit. And of course some very, very critical local contributions have come in as well from some businesses, from Mr. Saida from CCA. We've also gotten very nice contributions from the Silver Tappers of Nevada. Just a lot of people that want to step up and contribute, and this is what always happens, it's for kids. So but if anybody does want to contribute, obviously they could reach me directly at the Juvenile Probation Office, Nye County Juvenile Probation. My direct number is 751-7022. They could come by and see Tom Saida up here at the dealership, or Stacy Smith is the director at KNYE Communities Coalition. We're all available to do that. There's a designated account under the coalition for PVYA, so that's all separately accounted for.
Wonderful. Are you looking for teachers or donations of art supplies or things like that?
Actually, we are. If anybody has books, art supplies, any of those sort of things, games, board games, any of those material items that we could use in a group environment, use with groups of kids at the program, then we would greatly appreciate that, and look forward to that. And obviously, you can contact me there as well.
Janice Saunders is contestant number 7 in the Miss Senior Golden Years pageant to be held on June 4th at the Saddle West.
My name is Janice Saunders. My platform is to work with the hospice group. And I chose this group because they are a very loving and giving group of people. Now, from personal experience, they were there for my mom at the end and in the middle. They were also there for my sisters and me. And they are a very loving and caring group of people. And I would like to just give some of that love and care back to this community. And would like to see you here at Saddle West on June 4th at 7 p.m. to see us really throw down.
Now, there are 8 contestants total competing for the crown this year. The 8th contestant, however, is out of the country, and she was not able to do an interview at this time. So good luck to all the Miss Senior Golden Year contestants.
And we spoke to Gary Hollis about the Nye County Commissioner's Agenda Public Hearing B, more specifically regarding the control of the animal shelter and about some confusion regarding the wording of agenda items.
We've been trying to do this animal thing, and in the courts came to saying that we're doing the animal control and the shelter, but the ordinance is with the town, and we do all the work, and the revenue goes over to the town. But that's not the big thing. If they want this, then I got an agenda item, probably coming on the next item, to give them animal control and the shelter, and they can run it, and then we won't have to do this B.
So if they get it, they run it, and then they say, hey, you know what, County, we're having some difficulties here, we need some money. What do you say?
Well, it depends if we had the money, and right now we don't. And we're going to have to do some drastic cuts all over the county. So, it's a word of redefining the town. I don't see that this agenda item, other than they want to play with words and put chapter 269 in there. And that's not what we're going to do.
We're going to see something on the next agenda to finalize this once and for all.
Yeah, either that or they're going to repeal their ordinance so that we can take care of the matter. There's no sense in us taking the time of going to court with these animal hoarders and the judges saying that, you don't have me standing or it's the town of Pahrump or whatever. Let them go or whatever they do. So I'm just frustrated that they're playing words with the town of Pahrump. With the town guideline or redefining the word town. I don't see any problem with this. It has nothing to do with their business license or their room tax or anything. It's not what this is for. And for some of these town board members putting out emails saying that the county is taking our sale or our room tax, the county is going to take our business license. That's just downright because they can't read a simple agenda.
I'm worried about the content of that item.
Well,
says more than what's
redefining town. So, and the top one says that we're setting up ordinances for business license or room tax for the town of Amargosa. This is what the town of Amargosa asked for. But they see this one and then they see that one, redefining the town. They think we're redefining them back to, an unincorporated town. That takes the vote of the people to do that. I don't know where they come up with this stuff. The DA wants to clean the definition of town so that we don't have any problems in court.
So it really comes down to this. The DA, who we have in the position that we elected, is now saying, let's clean up our books. Let's make sure what's clearly defined between the Pahrump and what's clearly defined between the county. What's county town and what's Pahrump town.
Or it mentions unincorporated towns. So he's trying to get the unincorporated towns and the town board form of government and redefining that so they're not equal. The town of Pahrump make their own decisions. the advisory boards on incorporated towns, we have to okay all the decisions that they make.
They're worried about losing it, I think. Is that what I'm understanding?
From some of these people that run around here talking, yeah, I'd be worried about it too. Right. But I'm just a lonely county commissioner trying to do the people's business. You know?
Very good.
Thank you.
You bet.
And the town had this to say about the issue. The town had an issue with the redefinition of the town and with one of the phrases in the ordinance. One of our town attorneys talked with the DA, and we are confident that we will be happy with the ordinance once they make the changes that we requested.
All right, well, that's what they had to say. And here's what I have to say. You know, you didn't mention hail. You mentioned rain, so I want to know what the hail is going on.
I have no idea what the hail is going on. We definitely had a 20% chance of rain. It turned out more like a 100% chance of rain. I think everybody in Pahrump got hit with rain today.
Yeah.
And guess what? We got more. We got more rain coming for us right around the corner, and we'll see 90-degree temperatures yet again, I do promise. Don't go anywhere. We got your 7-day forecast right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. Today we had a cloudy day, 20% chance of rain out there, high 70 degrees. Winds are coming out of the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour with gusts up to 32 miles per hour. Our pressure on the barometer rising a bit for us, 29.64. The UV index today, thanks to all those clouds, was 6, which is high, but nowhere near as bad as we've been having. Sunrise at 5:36 a.m. and our record high was 104 degrees back in 2008. Now for tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy yet again, a low of 54 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 14 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 32 miles per hour. Sunset will be at 7:45 p.m. and our record low was 45 degrees back in good old 1977. Looking at tomorrow, 20% chance of rain expected during the morning time for us, 78 for the high, 59 for the low. Winds out of the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 24 miles per hour. Tomorrow's UV index is expected to be 9, very high, and our sunrise will be at 5:35 a.m. Looking at our 7-day forecast, there it is again. Tomorrow, 20% chance of rain. Friday, clear as a bell, but winds up to 25 miles per hour, high of 84 and a low of 56. Saturday, cloudy skies abound, 29 mile per hour gusts, a high of 84 and a low of 58. Sunday, 34 mile per hour gusts with partly cloudy skies expected, a high of 82 and a low of 54. Monday, looking at 28 mile per hour gusts, a high of 82 and a low of 55. Tuesday, clear skies, windy, 30 mile per hour gusts, a high of 85 and a low of 58. Finishing off our 7-day forecast next Wednesday, we're looking at about 18 mile per hour gusts with a high of 95, our first 95-degree temperature of the last 7 days, and a low of 64. And our worst weather in the nation today is Bassett, Kansas for rainy days. And there's just one sad-looking Basset hound. Reminds me of my dog because he's half Basset. So he gets that same sad look on his face every time I tell him he can't have something.
Cute. Okay, well, so I guess we are going to get some more rain tomorrow. But I like the rain.
I like the rain too. Actually, I miss it sometimes.
I do too. But it'll be hot next week. We'll be wishing we had rain. All right, well, join the Amargosa Conservancy for a cleanup day at beautiful Crystal Springs in the Kingston Mountains. This Saturday, May 21st, bring gloves, a hat, sunscreen, and snacks. Hot dogs and chips will be provided for lunch. Meet in front of the community center in Tacopa at 9 a.m. And you can carpool if you want to meet them at Crystal Springs at 10 a.m. For more information, call 760-852-4339.
And the Nye County Sheriff's Office Reserve Deputy Academy is holding an open house tonight at the Board of County Commissioners Chambers in the Calvada I. For those interested in becoming a Nye County Sheriff's Office Reserve Deputy, it will be held from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
And the winner of last night's free giveaway for a pair of tickets to this Sunday's Miss Senior Nye County Showcase at the Pahrump Nugget is Richard Swan. Congratulations, Richard. You can also go to the 2 p.m. show at the Pahrump Nugget this Sunday to enjoy all of the entertainment. Tickets are just $10 at the door and benefits Meals on Wheels.
And conservative leaders will join together this upcoming Thursday, May 19th for a historic Defeat Barack Obama radio-thon modeled after the telethons hosted by Jerry Lewis. This program will be broadcast nationwide on KDON, KDWN 720 AM. And the show is going to be hosted by Melanie Morgan, Lloyd Marcus, and Amy Kramer. And we'll have more information on them, I'm sure, coming up soon. For more information about this radiothon, you can visit kdwn.com.
All right, that'll be on KNYE. And we announced all the names last night. There's quite a few names, so if you really want to know who's going to be there, you can go to our website at KPVM-TV and watch yesterday's news.
That's right. And folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening. We'll see you here again tomorrow night. Till then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.